Hey, welcome back to the channel. I got a big old smile on my face because last night, the second season of From dropped last night. From. And anybody that knows that's been on this channel knows I'm a big From fan. I've been waiting on this for a while. I knew that it was going to be coming out this month, and I also checked when I watched last season. I seen that they was going to make a second season, which obviously I figured they would. Depends on the ratings, but the ratings got to be pretty good. But anyway, so yesterday, check this out. So I was like, oh man, from second season. I'm ready to watch. So I'm sitting there and I had just texted my buddy because I had just bought Horizon Zero Dawn, the Burning Shore DLC. So I was jacked up to play that because I love that game, right? So I was like, oh crap. So I had worked out and I looked and seen from already dropped. I thought it wasn't gonna drop till like 8 o'clock at night. But it dropped like it was already on there like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me. So I was gonna play Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West. So I was like, shoot, man, it's because I had some food in the oven, so I was gonna, I was in between, getting ready to eat dinner and stuff. So I started watching that, and I started getting into it so bad that my oven went off, and I was like, oh, so I had to put it on pause. I went in there and made my plate. No, actually, I had to put something else in the oven, and then I sat down and started watching it. Then I had to put it on pause again. But anyway, you guys, I am so happy this is back on. I mean, I ain't lying. I'm seriously happy I'm back on. But it picks up right where it left off. There's only one thing in this episode that kind of bothered me a little bit. But other than that, this thing was pretty spot on. I mean, same thing. They ain't trying to change nothing up. They ain't trying to, they're staying with what's working. They're staying with what's working. Because I'm sitting there and I'm still going like, man, is this a place where somebody done sealed off and got a government facility, got this thing all quarantined where they can't, because my mind is thinking like, is this a test? What kind of thing? Or what are they supposed? But see, these people are actually getting killed though. So that's the thing I'm saying. So it can't be, it has to be, but they're getting killed in such a horrific way. But I'm still baffled at what's causing, uh, you know, people to get in that certain part of the, area and then they can't get out. But here's the thing, uh, you know, last season it left off as a bus pull up, and I was like, oh man, we got more people, we got new characters coming. And you know what I like about this is the characters that they progressively, and you know what's cool? They slowly integrated them in there. They just didn't just jump in and somebody just jumped out and just started, taking over. You still had. I'll read the plot synopsis and that's it. Cause guys, y'all know I don't do no reviews. I just talk to you about. I ain't gonna lie, I got a big old smile on my face. I was like, I couldn't wait, man. I was like, yes, From's back. So anyway, season 2, episode 201. In Sheriff Boyd's absence, Donna and Carrie struggle to manage the chaos as a busload of unwitting newcomers arrive in town. Victor and Tabitha go on a chilling journey through a nightmare, because that's where they left off, where uh, as a labyrinth in the tunnels beneath the town. So they're because you remember she fell through the tunnel and then she ran into a guy named Victor, which is the same name as mine. But Victor's trying to help her get out of these tunnels, man. But these tunnels, man, these tunnels had people that was just lying, man, looking like they were dead. But the Victor kept telling us this, they're gonna be waking up here pretty soon, and they would whoever doing the camera effects and the creepiness and the gore, they're doing a damn good job. But they're doing a really good job with the story. And the character developing in this thing is just spot on. My only thing is that I hope that they don't start checking boxes, man. I told you guys I'm not much of a checkbox guy. When I start thinking they're checking the boxes, then it might turn me off. But what was neat about the girl that I was wanting to hook up with, the Asian guy, which is the sheriff, I knew she was into women, right? So, she had a girlfriend. So, I was like, oh man, he gonna end up being with her, I was like, and then I kept watching this. I kept watching it, and when the bus pulled up, this black dude started vomiting, and so she had to pull the bus over, and so she pulled over in this little town, where they're all stuck in. Well, she's up here doing the same thing that one chick that's already stuck in town. I was sitting there going, "What's she doing?" I should have put it together, but I didn't. I kept going, but then there was a part where it showed that this girl got you remember when they was up at the house and the house started freaking out and all the light bulbs started popping and stuff, and the woman had something getting her eye. Well, the girl, I think she's attractive anyway, and I was hoping her and that Asian sheriff would get together, but that's just me. So anyway, she was like looking, and she goes, and then she was pulling the thing out, and she was doing all this stuff. But then this other chick on this other bus, which I thought was cool too, I kept sitting there going, eh, and then they didn't even see each other for a while, because the house imploded because he, what I didn't understand though, he was trying to get to his wife. He was calling his wife, but his wife couldn't hear. But yet these people got off the bus and they started trying to help. But when they tried to move stuff, the house was trying to break down on them and stuff, and the house did break down on them. So the movie kind of the series kind of left on that cliffhanger. But when the girl, which is she was looking after this black dude, this black kid, because he was having nightmares, because he's having nightmares about that town. And they all thought he was a little crazy, and so she was helping him, and he was having convulsions. But then when she calmed him down, she decided to go over there and help the people in the house, because that girl's dad's in there. The main characters, which is the mom and the little brother, and y'all know how the story was set up, right? So she's over there like helping and stuff and asking that guy how his arm was. And then the other chick that was waiting on the black dude, man, she finally came around to see what was going on, and they looked at each other, and then they just looked at each other. I'm gonna give them credit. I'm gonna give them straight up credit. They did it in a really nice way, because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't into it. I'm not gonna lie, but the way they did it was really smooth, because they just looked at each other like they were in shock, like they just couldn't believe it. They was like, "Oh my God, I thought I was gonna never see you," and they didn't do a bunch of lip locking and jaw jacking and slobbering and kissing, which I know they do that, but the way they did it in a really good way. And I was like, okay, all right. But then the Asian guy was like, he just put it together like, oh, well, there goes my chances. And I said, yeah, man, it kind of sucks, man, because I think he's getting ready to get your foot in the door, I tried for it my damn self, but anyway. But, he was a good Samaritan. He just like, that must be that girl's late girlfriend or something, but the way they hugged each other and the way that they held each other and stuff, it looked like they was really, truly cared for each other. So they did extremely good. The people behind this did a good job with that. But anyway, that's how it left off, because the dad was trying to tell the daughter, like, hey, you guys gonna have to let us go, because it's gonna be dawn. So they was like, she didn't want to leave, but that big husky chick that runs the house up there, I really like her too. Her and that one black woman that was the bus driver, man, they looked like they was getting ready to get into it, man. But she got that gun out and blew that tire. I'm getting past almost 9 minutes, man. Anyway, y'all see, I'm happy that this is back on. But and then Sheriff Boyd, man, he finally got out. But there was this dude, man, tied up against this thing, man, looked like some crucified dude, man. He was telling him to shoot him, but the way he looked, I don't know, man. I would sit there and I ain't got the balls to shoot nobody unless they did something to a family member or something. But I ain't into that, so I don't even know how, because you shooting a live person. But he was saying, you need to kill me. But when you was looking at him, I'm like, damn, dude, you do look kind of messed up, man. Maybe I ought to take you out, because I don't see how you gonna. You need a ton of food to get yourself back in shape, man, because he looked rough. But this series is so freaking good, you guys. I am so happy that it's back on. Yeah, I could talk for another 10 minutes about this show, but there's some creepy stuff in this, man. And I love that they drop in each episode, week by week. And I hope that girl comes back. That girl that that was with Sheriff Boyd. It went because at the end of the episode, it showed them going in the tree, but she decided not to go in the tree. And then he turned around. He was inside this chimney, and she was not. Well, now I like her too, but she's little. She was trying to kill that little boy, but she accidentally killed her brother by slicing his throat. So anyway, I'm jumping around, but oh man, From is back, baby. From, man, episode season 2, episode 201. You know what gets me? I don't even know why they call it episode 201. And the title of this is called "Strangers in a Strange Land." So I'm gonna be interested in how they integrate all these new characters in there, because I was even watching it, and I was actually sitting there saying like this. I said, I see a couple people that's just the people they're going to kill off. They got to have some more people to kill off, because I could tell by the way the camera angle was. I'm like, yeah, they're going to kill that person. They'll kill that person over there. Right? These people ain't going to last very long. And yeah, I see it, because they got these little filler people, I call them, where they can kill them so they can keep it interesting and stuff. And then they'll have to where you might get. I think what this season's gonna do, they're gonna make it to where you really like somebody and they're gonna kill them off, but then they'll bring them back in flashbacks, stuff like that. Anyway, you guys, From is back. From is back. God bless. We'll catch you next video. We'll see you.